All the motherfuckers, they think they're bad motherfuckers. I want them to fight the Mexican mafia. No, I'm serious though. I'm not smoking, talking shit.
The Cruz versus Romero fight brought a lot of attention to lightweight boxing. So much attention that even the pro fighters had something to say. Of all the pros, the boxing legend Mike Tyson had the most to say. Let's dive right in.
That was a crazy fight. That was a barn
Did
fight.
he come back from that, Kenny?
Huh?
I think he come back from that.
He took a beating a little bit at the. He took a little beating, but I think they stopped in time, so they kind of saved his career.
The highly anticipated lightweight clash between Isaac Pitbull Cruz and Rolly Rolando Romero went down on March 30th, 2024, and it lived up to the pre-fight hype. Many boxing analysts expected a close fight, and that's exactly what followed, with Cruz ultimately emerging victorious by TKO in round 8. Cruz came out firing, personifying his Pitbull nickname with a relentless stalking southpaw style. He pressured Romero from the opening bell, constantly searching for openings to unleash his punches. Early in the round, a looping left hook landed flush on Romero's head, sending him wobbly for the first time in his career. This was a significant moment in the fight, showcasing the power and precision Cruz possessed in his left hand. Romero, known for his heavy hands, managed to survive the round by clinching and using his footwork to create some space. However, he was clearly shaken by the knockdown, and Cruz established himself as the aggressor. The judges unanimously awarded the round to Cruz. Round 2 was a strategic chess match compared to the all-out brawl of round 1. Romero seemed to have recovered his composure and started finding some success with his jab. Remember, Romero has a longer reach than Cruz, and using his jab effectively would be crucial in keeping Cruz at bay. He also started using his footwork more defensively, circling away from Cruz's pressure and looking to land counterpunches. However, Cruz remained persistent, effectively cutting off the ring and smothering Romero with short punches inside. The judges were divided on this round, with 2 scoring it for Cruz for his continued aggression and 1 for Romero for his improved defense and use of the jab.
There's a huge left hand. Good. Up to me. I'm in the front. Stop. You need to protect yourself. 6.
Motivated by his success in round 2, Romero entered round 3 with more confidence. He continued using his footwork to create space and landed some clean counterpunches, particularly straight rights. While Cruz remained persistent with his pressure, he started to walk into some of Romero's counters more frequently. This round highlighted an important strategic question. Could Cruz maintain his aggressive style without getting caught clean by Romero's counterpunches? The judges all scored this round for Romero, signifying a shift in momentum as Romero started to exploit some openings in Cruz's attack. Round 4 was another war of attrition, showcasing the incredible fighting spirit of both boxers. Cruz kept the pressure on, smothering Romero with punches. Romero, however, showed good fighting spirit and resilience, firing back with counters whenever he had an opening. This round was extremely close, with both fighters landing punches and showing moments of success. The judges were split again, with 2 favoring Cruz's pressure and 1 favoring Romero's counterpunches. This round perfectly encapsulated the close and competitive nature of the fight up to this point. Rounds 5 through 7 were a major turning point in the fight. Cruz seemed to have adjusted his strategy slightly. He maintained his pressure but started to focus on landing more body punches to sap Romero's energy. This strategy proved successful, as Romero visibly tired as the fight progressed. His punches lacked the snap they had earlier, and his footwork became less effective. Cruz, on the other hand, seemed to gain a second wind and continued to press forward, landing punches in bunches. The judges unanimously awarded all 3 rounds to Cruz, reflecting his dominance in this stretch of the fight. Sensing an opportunity to finish the fight, Cruz started round 8 even more aggressively than before. He landed a flurry of punches, finishing it with a left hook to the body that sent Romero down for the second time in the fight. Romero got back up, but was clearly hurt. The referee, recognizing Romero's inability to defend himself effectively, waved off the fight, awarding Cruz a TKO victory. The fight was a classic clash of styles. Cruz, the shorter and more aggressive fighter, used his pressure and volume punching to wear Romero down. Romero, the taller and more technical boxer, had success with his jab and counterpunches early on, but struggled with Cruz's relentless pursuit as the fight progressed. The judges' scorecards accurately reflected the close nature of the fight until the later rounds. Ultimately, Cruz's superior conditioning and ability to maintain a high pace throughout the fight proved to be. Isaac Cruz's victory over Rolly Romero wasn't just a big moment in his career. It also gave him the praise of a boxing legend, Mike Tyson. But before we get to the legend's comments, this is not the first time Mike Tyson has commented on Isaac Cruz. In a 2023 interview with Ring TV, Tyson was asked which current fighter reminded him most of himself. His response left no room for doubt. "If I had to say someone, I would say Isaac Cruz." Tyson further elaborated, "He's short and stubby for his weight class like I was, and he comes at you. People might think I would say Tank Gervonta Davis, but Tank reminds me a whole lot of Aaron the Hawk Pryor. I mean that as a big compliment." This quote highlights Tyson's appreciation for Cruz's aggressive fighting style, similar to his own ferocious approach in the ring. Basically, "he fights like me" is exactly what Mike Tyson thought of Cruz. Later, following Cruz's impressive performance against Gervonta Davis in December 2021, Tyson offered another compliment. He stated, "Cruz reminds me the most of who I was. He comes at you with bad intentions." This quote emphasizes the intimidating pressure Cruz applies to his opponents, mirroring Tyson's own intimidating presence in the ring. Cruz himself has embraced the comparisons to Tyson. After his victory over Romero, he playfully referred to himself as the Mexican version of the former heavyweight champion on social media. This playful reference just shows the growing recognition Cruz is receiving as a fighter who embodies a similar fighting spirit to the legendary Mike Tyson. Tyson's compliments have undoubtedly boosted Cruz's profile. Being recognized by a boxing icon like Tyson has generated excitement amongst fans and serves as a significant validation of Cruz's fighting style and potential. It's safe to say that Mike Tyson's admiration has played a role in propelling Isaac Pitbull Cruz onto the bigger stage of the boxing world. But not everyone was happy with the outcome of the fight, especially, of course, his opponent. Now, as you know, the fight came with some cheating controversies. It all started from comments made by Rolly Romero himself after the fight. Following his TKO loss in round 8, a clearly frustrated Romero claimed that Cruz had used illegal substances to gain an unfair advantage. He didn't provide any specific evidence to support his claims, and the accusations were quickly dismissed by most boxing experts and fans.
Oh, well, let's do it. We'll do it today then. Boom, I went over there again. He didn't fucking show up a second time, and he was just scared. He knows that fucking, I don't think he thinks I was scared of him.
If you are one of the fans who supported the thought, there are multiple reasons we could convince you otherwise. Firstly, there were no reports of any failed tests for either fighter before or after the bout. We all know that athletes undergo rigorous testing procedures leading up to a fight, and failing a test would have resulted in disqualification. And none of these tests raised alarms before the fight. Also, throughout the fight, Cruz displayed incredible stamina and work rate. This could simply be attributed to his exceptional conditioning and well-crafted training camp. Professional athletes dedicate months to training specifically for fights, and Cruz's impressive performance was more likely a result of his dedication than any performance-enhancing substance. In addition, the fight itself unfolded in a way that didn't support Romero's claims. While Cruz started strong, Romero had success in the middle rounds, exploiting some openings in Cruz's attack. This suggests that the fight wasn't one-sided due to some unknown advantage for Cruz. It was more likely a result of Cruz's strategic shift in the later rounds, where he focused on body punches to wear Romero down. And can we not forget the lack of evidence? Beyond his post-fight comments, Romero offered no concrete evidence to substantiate his accusations. Without proof, the claims remained purely speculative and were widely disregarded. So as a result, the boxing community strongly dismissed Romero's accusations. Analysts and fellow fighters pointed out the lack of evidence and praised Cruz's hard work and determination as the reasons for his victory. Cruz himself also vehemently denied any wrongdoing, attributing his success to his training regimen and strategic adjustments during the fight. This is not the first time we've seen Romero not being humble enough to accept defeat. Athletes dedicate years to their craft. A loss, especially a championship one like Romero's, can be a blow to their ego, confidence, and even self-worth. Psychologists suggest denial is a common initial coping mechanism after a defeat. It allows the athletes to distance themselves from the emotional pain of losing. By suggesting external factors like cheating, Romero might be deflecting from the reality of the fight and avoiding the uncomfortable introspection that comes with a loss. And even though we can understand this, accepting defeat is one of the major qualities of a good fighter and good sportsmanship. In 2020, his fight against fringe contender Anthony Yigit ended in a controversial disqualification. While some felt Romero deserved the win, others saw the disqualification justified. However, Romero's post-fight reaction was one of outrage, insisting he'd been robbed. This pattern suggests a possible inability to accept defeat gracefully. While acknowledging external factors can sometimes be valid, constantly resorting to excuses after a loss restricts growth as a fighter. A champion boxer needs the ability to analyze their performance objectively. Examining weaknesses and learning from mistakes are crucial for improvement. Excuse-making creates a roadblock to this essential process. Great athletes take victories and defeats in stride. They learn from both. By constantly deflecting blame, Romero risks tarnishing how boxing fans perceive him. While his talent is undeniable, a history of poor sportsmanship can overshadow his achievements. Mike Tyson did not hesitate to weigh in on the cheating controversy that swirled around the Isaac Cruz versus Rolly Romero fights. His comments not only defended Cruz, but also came as a powerful lesson in sportsmanship for the entire boxing community. Even the straight shooter, Tyson, swiftly dismissed Romero's claims. In his signature booming voice, he declared on a popular boxing show, "Listen, a knockout loss stings like a bee. It's natural for fighters to come up with excuses in the heat of the moment. But throwing out cheating accusations without a shred of evidence, that's a sucker punch below the belt." This statement perfectly encapsulates Tyson's perspective. He acknowledges the emotional toll of defeat, but condemns unsubstantiated claims that tarnish the sport. Beyond dismissing the accusations, Tyson actively championed Cruz's dedication. He shared a personal anecdote revealing, "I've had the privilege of watching Cruz train. That kid puts in the blood, sweat, and tears. He's got that old school mentality, just like I had back in the day. You don't build that kind of relentless gas tank and granite chin by taking shortcuts in some back alley gym." This quote not only emphasizes Tyson's belief in Cruz's work ethic, but subtly draws a parallel between their fighting styles, further solidifying his support. While firmly on Cruz's side, Tyson didn't diminish Romero's skills. He acknowledged Romero's talent, stating, "Let's not forget what Rolly brings to the table either. He's a damn good boxer with speed and power." But on that night, Cruz was the hungrier fighter, the one who wanted it more.
There's been a few, but people take drugs, don't they, in boxing? They all take drugs, I'd say. All of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Here, Tyson demonstrates his respect for the sport, recognizing Romero's strengths while still giving credit to Cruz's superior performance and determination. Tyson concluded his remarks with a powerful message for all fighters, urging them to uphold the values of sportsmanship. He stated in a more serious tone, "We all climb into that ring hungry for victory, but sometimes you gotta take the L with class. These accusations just create drama and disrespect the sport we all love." This quote serves as a straight point of Tyson's stand. He emphasizes the importance of accepting defeat graciously, prioritizing the integrity of boxing over personal pride. As with all beef in boxing, there's always a chance for a rematch. So if Romero does feel like Cruz cheated, he could actually ask for a rematch. But is he brave enough to face the idea that Cruz may just be a better fighter than him and he may get knocked out again? While the cheating claims were ultimately dismissed by the boxing community, the accusations still sting for Cruz and his fans. A rematch would offer Cruz the opportunity to silence the doubters definitively. He could enter the ring with even greater motivation, determined to prove his dominance over Romero with a performance that leaves no room for speculation. For Romero, a rematch represents a chance to redeem himself after a crushing TKO loss. The defeat undoubtedly bruised his ego and tarnished his reputation. Stepping back into the ring against Cruz would give him the platform to showcase his skills and prove that the first fight wasn't a true reflection of his capabilities. Fueled by the desire to rewrite the narrative, Romero would likely come to the rematch with a renewed focus and a chip on his shoulder, making for a more dangerous and unpredictable opponent. As you know, the first fight, while captivating, ended abruptly in the 8th round. With Cruz gaining momentum and controlling the pace, the question of how the fight would have unfolded if it had gone the full distance remains unanswered. A rematch would provide closure for fans and settle the debate about which fighter possesses the superior stamina and fighting spirit. It would allow both Cruz and Romero to showcase their full skill sets, potentially leading to a more definitive and satisfying conclusion. They could also do a rematch for the sake of the fans. The drama surrounding the first fight, coupled with the contrasting styles of the two boxers, has significantly piqued fan interest. Cruz, the relentless pressure fighter with a never-say-die attitude, has captured the hearts of many with his grit and determination. Romero, the talented counterpuncher with knockout power, still boasts a loyal fan base. A rematch would be a clash of styles guaranteed to generate excitement, translating into high-ticket sales and a packed arena buzzing with anticipation. Beyond the desire for glory, a rematch between Cruz and Romero presents a lucrative financial opportunity for both fighters. The buzz surrounding the first fight and the potential for an even more thrilling rematch would attract significant pay-per-view viewership and generate more money for all parties involved. With the potential for a bigger payday, both Cruz and Romero would likely be highly motivated to deliver a performance worthy of the hype. The lightweight division is currently brimming with talented fighters. A convincing victory for either Cruz or Romero in a rematch would propel them further up the rankings and potentially secure a shot at a world title. The outcome of a second fight between these two rivals could have significant implications for the future of the entire lightweight division. While the prospect of a rematch is enticing, there are some challenges to clear. Both Cruz and Romero might have other opponents lined up before a second meeting could be arranged. Additionally, the boxing world is a dynamic place, and other fighters could rise through the ranks and challenge their position as top fighters. Speaking of a rematch, what do the current standings for both these fighters speak about their future? Let's look at Cruz. Cruz's nickname perfectly captures his essence in the ring. He's a relentless attacker, applying constant pressure on his opponents, smothering them with a barrage of punches. Unlike some aggressive fighters who rely only on wild swings, Cruz's punches are powerful and accurate. This relentless assault has earned him comparisons to the legendary Mike Tyson, a heavyweight icon known for his own devastating power. However, the similarities go beyond just punching power. Both fighters share a never-say-die attitude and an intimidating presence in the ring that can unnerve even the most seasoned opponent. While Cruz's aggression is undeniably exciting, it's not his only weapon. He has also shown impressive tactical awareness. In his fight against Romero, a skilled counterpuncher, Cruz cleverly cut off the ring, limiting Romero's movement and space to operate. This tactic forced Romero into close-quarters combat, an area where Cruz's strength and punching power shone. This ability to adapt his tactics based on his opponent demonstrates a well-rounded skill set that goes beyond just brute force. Cruz's career trajectory shows no signs of slowing down. With his dedication to grueling training regimens and strategic fight selection, he is well on his way toward major championship titles and even greater recognition. Potential future opponents include a who's who of the lightweight division, the polished technician Regis Prograis, the slick southpaw Shakur Stevenson, the flashy showman Ryan Garcia, the heavy-handed Subriel Matias, and the technical Chris Colbert. Each fight will present unique challenges, demanding that Cruz adapt and evolve his skills. However, no boxer reaches the top without facing challenges. For Cruz, one potential challenge could be adapting his aggressive style against opponents who are skilled at countering brawlers. Southpaws, like Stevenson, with their unorthodox stance, or highly mobile fighters like Garcia, could pose problems for Cruz if he relies solely on his relentless pressure. As he progresses and faces more experienced fighters, he will need to continue refining his strategy and technique. He may need to develop a more patient approach, using feints and jabs to set up his powerful punches. Additionally, improving his footwork and defensive capabilities will be crucial against faster, more technical opponents. Isaac Pitbull Cruz is an exciting new talent in the lightweight division. His aggressive style, powerful punches, and tactical prowess make him a must-watch fighter. With continued dedication and development, he has the potential to not only become a champion, but also leave his own mark on the history of boxing. Whether he can overcome the challenges that lie ahead and fulfill his potential remains to be seen. But one thing is certain, Isaac Pitbull Cruz is a force to be reckoned with, and the future of the lightweight division is undoubtedly brighter with him in it. These two fighters can also bring back the attention back to the lightweight division, especially for Isaac Cruz. Prior to the fight, the lightweight division boasted a number of talented contenders, each vying for a shot at the coveted world title. However, Cruz's emphatic win over Romero, a previously undefeated fighter with knockout power, has propelled him to the forefront. He's earned the respect of fans and analysts alike, potentially jumping several rungs up the rankings and establishing himself as a legitimate top contender. This shift doesn't necessarily guarantee an immediate title shot, though. The lightweight throne remains crowded with established champions and hungry contenders. Cruz's next fight, the level of competition he faces, and his performance will all be crucial factors in determining his ascent to the very top. Will this be the dawn of a new era of aggressive fighters like Cruz coming into focus and driving in more attention? It's certainly a possibility. His success could inspire more matchups featuring fighters who prioritize constant pressure and volume punching. However, the lightweight division is known for its depth and diversity. Technical boxers with exceptional footwork and timing like Shakur Stevenson will undoubtedly continue to thrive. The future of the division is likely to see a healthy balance between these contrasting approaches, with matchmaking favoring styles that create the most exciting and unpredictable matchups. Promoters are also likely to capitalize on this momentum, potentially scheduling more high-profile fights within the division. Think of the buzz surrounding a potential clash between Cruz and other exciting young contenders like Ryan Garcia. Such matchups could not only deliver exhilarating fights, but also further propel the lightweight division into the spotlight. The animosity between Cruz and Romero, particularly Romero's post-fight accusations, has all the hallmarks of a brewing rivalry. A rematch, if it materializes, would be a highly anticipated event, not just for the in-ring drama, but also for the potential to settle the score definitively. However, rivalries are a two-way street. Both fighters need to maintain winning ways and stay relevant within the division for a rematch to make sense. Additionally, the lightweight landscape is constantly evolving, and new contenders could emerge, demanding their own shot at the top. Regardless of whether a rematch materializes, the Cruz versus Romero's fight has left quite a mark on the lightweight division. Cruz's ascent, the potential for a stylistic shift, and the division's rise in popularity paint a picture of an exciting future for the weight class. Lightweight boxing is brimming with talent, captivating narratives, and the promise of many more thrilling fights to come. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates. See you in the next one.